Today we're going to break down two genealogy tools that many researchers encounter online. We're Related Relationship Suggestions and AncestryDNA's ThruLines system. At first glance, these tools can appear extremely convincing because they generate relationship paths automatically using DNA matches and family trees. But there's a very important distinction researchers need to understand. These systems are not proof, they are research hints. In this presentation, we'll explore how these systems work, how cousin clustering influences relationship predictions, how DNA supports or challenges these suggestions, why public trees can accidentally spread misinformation, and why traditional documentation still matters tremendously in genealogy research. This is one of the most important conversations happening in modern genetic genealogy today. Genealogy databases have grown to enormous sizes over the past 2 decades. Millions of users now upload family trees, historical records, photographs, and DNA results online. Without organizational tools, it would become nearly impossible for researchers to manually sort through every possible relationship connection. Relationship prediction systems were created to help organize this information. Early systems focused primarily on comparing family trees uploaded by users. The software searched for overlapping names, locations, family groups, and repeated ancestral claims. If enough users appeared connected to the same ancestral line, the system could suggest possible relationships between them. This was revolutionary at the time because it allowed researchers to discover cousins and collaborate more easily than ever before. However, these systems were still heavily dependent on the accuracy of public trees. We're Related style genealogy systems were built around tree comparison rather than DNA analysis. The software attempted to identify how users might connect based on similarities between uploaded family trees. For example, matching surnames, shared locations, similar ancestral couples, or overlapping descendants. This created a powerful social genealogy experience where users could rapidly discover potential cousins and expand their research. But it also introduced a major problem. If incorrect information entered the system and users copied it repeatedly, the error could spread rapidly across thousands of trees. Over time, repetition could create the illusion of accuracy even when no original documentation existed. This is one reason why responsible genealogists must always examine the original records. AncestryDNA ThruLines represents the next major evolution in relationship prediction systems. Unlike older tree-only systems, ThruLines incorporates actual DNA match data alongside uploaded family trees. The system analyzes shared DNA, shared matches, and overlapping ancestral lines. This allows researchers to identify cousin clusters that may descend from the same ancestral couple. In many ways, this is significantly more powerful than older relationship systems because genetic evidence is now part of the analysis. However, there is still an important limitation. DNA can confirm that people are biologically related, but the software still depends on uploaded family trees to propose exactly how those people connect. If the trees are incorrect, the proposed pathway may also be incorrect. This is the single most important distinction in the entire presentation. Older systems like We're Related primarily relied on tree overlap and repeated genealogy claims. ThruLines, on the other hand, incorporates actual DNA evidence into the process. That makes ThruLines substantially more sophisticated. But it does not eliminate the possibility of error. Why? Because the DNA only confirms that individuals share genetic inheritance. The family trees are still responsible for explaining how those individuals connect genealogically. This means both systems can still produce misleading conclusions if the underlying documentation is weak. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in genetic genealogy. DNA does not recognize surnames, it does not recognize family stories, and it does not directly identify specific historical ancestors by name. DNA simply measures inherited genetic material between individuals. Researchers then combine that genetic evidence with traditional genealogy records to build conclusions. This is why documentation remains critically important even in the era of modern DNA testing. One of the most powerful tools in modern genetic genealogy is cousin clustering. Instead of looking at a single DNA match in isolation, researchers examine networks of interrelated matches. When multiple descendants from different lines all share DNA with one another, researchers begin seeing strong relationship patterns emerge. This creates increasingly persuasive evidence for shared ancestry. But even here, careful documentation and analysis remain essential. One incorrect ancestor can spread across the internet surprisingly fast. A mistake in one public tree may eventually appear in hundreds or even thousands of copied trees. Once enough people repeat the same information, newer researchers may assume the claim has already been proven. But repetition is not evidence. This becomes especially dangerous when DNA systems begin integrating those flawed trees into relationship predictions. The strongest genealogy combines multiple forms of evidence together. DNA is powerful, but traditional documentation provides historical context, timelines, locations, and legal relationships that genetics alone cannot supply. Responsible genealogy requires balancing both worlds carefully. As we close this presentation, I want to leave you with one important takeaway. Modern genetic genealogy is an incredibly powerful tool. DNA testing has transformed the way we approach family history research and has opened doors that researchers could only dream about a generation ago. But technology alone is not enough. DNA can show us that people are biologically connected. It can help identify cousin clusters, ancestral networks, and inherited genetic patterns. However, historical records remain essential for understanding the actual story behind those connections. Documentation provides names, dates, locations, relationships, historical context, and legal evidence that DNA alone cannot supply. That is why responsible genealogy requires balance. The strongest conclusions come from combining DNA evidence, careful documentation, critical analysis, and responsible source evaluation together. And finally, remember this. Just because information appears repeatedly online does not automatically make it true. Always question, always verify, always document. Thank you so much for joining me for this presentation on We're Related, ThruLines, cousin clustering, and responsible genealogy research. If you enjoyed this presentation, please like, subscribe, share, and follow for more content covering genetic genealogy, chromosome mapping, DNA analysis, historical records, Native American genealogy, research methodology, and responsible family history investigation.